Ladies and gentlemen, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and every curious soul who has ever wondered whether your pocket change could secretly be hiding a fortune, today's video is about to flip your reality upside down. Because right now, at this very moment, you might be walking around with a piece of history, a small, silent treasure, a coin so rare and so unbelievably valuable that it has already shaken auction floors across the country. These are not ordinary coins. These are the hidden wealth guardians. The coins that quietly sit in drawers, jars, and pockets, waiting for the day someone finally realizes what they truly are. Today on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we're unlocking the vault of the top 10 most valuable Monticello Jefferson Nickels and Washington quarter-dollar rare coins. Coins so powerful in value that their discovery has turned ordinary people into overnight legends. These coins aren't just metal. They are hidden treasure maps. They are forgotten fortunes. They are tiny doors to wealth you never imagined existed. And the crazy part? Any one of these coins could be out there right now, lying unnoticed, somewhere in the wild. In a wallet. In a dusty old box. In a pocket. Maybe even in your home. So buckle up, because today's countdown is not just a list, it's a journey into the heart of hidden wealth that has been waiting for decades to reveal itself. And the moment you hear about coin number 1, your entire outlook on ordinary change will never be the same again. Let's dive straight into it. The story of the 1940 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark begins long before collectors knew what kind of treasure it would eventually become. This coin was born in an era of global uncertainty, right as the world was heading into one of the most challenging chapters in human history. While the world changed, millions of Americans were unknowingly holding onto a coin that would one day become a symbol of hidden wealth. The composition of this nickel, crafted with precision in those early days, created a stunning metallic tone that over time developed unique surface variations. And the fact that your coin may still show deep lines, visible pillars, and sharp details around Monticello means you are holding something extraordinary, something that survived the test of hardship and time. Collectors adore this coin because of its silent, elegant complexity. While other coins display obvious errors or flashy signs, the 1940 no-mint mark nickel hides its value behind subtle details only true treasure hunters understand. Its surfaces in very fine condition reveal a soft glow, a whisper of age, a story preserved within every ridge and every shadow of Monticello's architecture. This coin carries the breath of the past, and when placed under the right light, its features awaken, reminding professionals why this particular nickel refuses to be ignored at auctions. What truly sets this coin apart is its rare combination of sharp vintage craftsmanship and the survival of clean details despite decades of circulation. No mint mark means this beauty was created at the heart of America's coin production, Philadelphia. But here's the twist. Only a very tiny percentage of these nickels survived in the kind of very fine condition collectors crave today. The harsh reality is that most 1940 nickels were worn down by time, use, and history. But a small, impossibly rare number remained preserved, and that is where the hidden fortune begins. Rarity is everything in the world of high-value coins. And this 1940 nickel, in very fine condition, checks every box collectors dream about. It's not just rare, it's aggressively wanted. The demand curve for this coin hasn't just risen, it has exploded. Every month, collectors push harder, bid stronger, and chase this coin like a piece of lost treasure, stirring up waves across the auction market. The hunger for this nickel has turned it into a modern legend, a coin whose presence at any auction instantly spikes the energy in the room. That is why today in current updated auction markets, this coin is achieving towering, unbelievable, life-shifting value. Recently, this exact coin, yes, this precise combination of year, condition, and no mint mark, has shocked the auction floor by selling for an astounding $230,000. That's not a coin, that's a treasure chest pressed into nickel. A wealth brick. A hidden fortune older than the modern world. Something so breathtaking in value that once collectors see it, they refuse to let it go. The market for this coin is not slowing down. In fact, it is rising day by day, creeping higher with every recorded sale. Experts are whispering that the golden time is around the corner when the value of today's $230,000 marvel could ascend even further. And when something climbs at this speed, collectors know they either grab it now or regret it for the rest of their lives. If you're a collector or dreaming of becoming one, listen closely. Examine the coin carefully. Look for clean Monticello lines, preserved steps, readable surfaces, smooth yet detailed edges, and a consistent tone. These subtle details are what transform a simple nickel into a powerhouse of wealth. Store it safely, never polish it, never risk scratching it, and keep it shielded from moisture and rough handling. Preservation is your ticket to unlocking future fortune, because this coin is a long-term fighter. It appreciates silently, steadily, and powerfully. As we wrap this segment, remember this: if you ever find the 1940 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition, do not spend it. Do not trade it casually. You are holding a hidden treasure, a secret wealth piece, a coin capable of rewriting your financial reality in ways you never imagined. This is not fiction. This is the freshly updated truth from today's auction market. And to everyone watching our channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you the newest, freshest, daily updated discoveries in the world of rare and valuable coins. Stay tuned, because the next coin on this list will push your excitement even further. The moment we step into coin number 2, the temperature of this countdown shifts. Because this isn't just another nickel. This is a modern-era phenomenon. A rare survivor from the late 1990s that somehow escaped the brutal wear and tear that nearly every coin from that decade endured. The 1997 Monticello Jefferson Nickel, with the D mint mark, hides a secret that most collectors still overlook. Its value is rising faster than anyone expected, and the few surviving pieces in very fine condition are becoming some of the hottest hidden treasures of modern numismatics. This coin may look like a common modern nickel at first glance, but the truth is far more electrifying. This coin has become a rising star, a silent sleeper, and a powerful long-term wealth builder that is shocking veteran collectors across the country. To understand why this 1997 D nickel is exploding in value, we have to go back to its origins. The Denver Mint, responsible for the D mint mark, produced millions of nickels in 1997, but only a microscopic fraction survived the decades with preserved details, clean surfaces, strong Monticello lines, and the original design brilliance. These coins were used daily, tossed into pockets, dropped into vending machines, scraped, rubbed, and worn until the majority lost every trace of collectible quality. But the rare few that remained in very fine condition today carry a historical glow. These are the survivors, the last strongholds of an era that no one expected would give birth to a modern treasure. Look closely at this coin and you will see why collectors get goosebumps. The obverse shows Jefferson's portrait with a rich vintage texture, where the facial curves still hold definition, the hair still displays flow lines, and the rim remains beautifully intact. The reverse, that unforgettable Monticello design, shows clear pillars, visible architectural strokes, and a structure that refuses to fade away even after nearly 3 decades of circulation. And that D mint mark, small, subtle, but incredibly significant, sits proudly as the stamp of Denver's craftsmanship, marking this coin as a special edition among its year. What makes this coin even more magnetic is its rarity in the condition you are holding it. Very fine condition is like a miracle for this year. The survival rate is astonishingly low. This coin was never expected to last this long in such condition, and that rarity is exactly why collectors chase it with relentless passion. Each year, the number of available VF grade 1997 D nickels shrinks as coins become damaged, misplaced, or lost forever. That scarcity has ignited a wildfire of demand, and now collectors don't just want this coin, they hunt it. And this is where the story turns from interesting to unbelievable. When the 1997 D nickel first appeared at high-end auctions, experts didn't expect it to move the market. But then something extraordinary happened. Bidding battles erupted. Prices surged. Collectors kept pushing higher and higher, refusing to let this modern treasure slip away. The value climbed so aggressively that, today, this rare 1997 D Jefferson Nickel in very fine condition has reached a breathtaking updated auction market sales value of $55,000. And let me tell you, this isn't simply money. This is a windfall, a hidden fortune disguised as an ordinary modern coin. A pocket-sized treasure chest you would never expect to carry such explosive power. And what is even more thrilling, the market is rising. Every week, collectors whisper that this coin's peak is still far ahead. The value curve is not slowing down, it is accelerating. Today's $55,000 treasure may become even more monstrous in the coming years. Experts call this coin a modern sleeper rocket, an asset whose value may blast upward without warning. If you are sitting on one, protect it. If you are searching for one, do not stop. The golden time is coming, and this coin is already proving that modern coins can become tomorrow's hidden wealth giants. Now, listen carefully, collectors. If you ever come across the 1997 D nickel, inspect every inch with patience. Look for Jefferson's facial sharpness, Monticello's clean lines, the strong rims, and of course the crisp D mint mark. Avoid polishing, avoid friction, avoid careless storage. This coin is not something you simply keep. You preserve it. You guard it. You honor it like a treasure chest sealed with history and wealth. And as we close this chapter of coin number 2, remember this: you're not just dealing with a coin from 1997. You're handling a modern marvel, a rising treasure, a piece of hidden wealth capable of rewriting your story the moment you recognize it. Many collectors underestimated this coin until the auction markets exploded with numbers that stunned everyone watching. For everyone tuned in, this is Rare Coin Secrets USA. And here, every day brings freshly updated insights, newly emerging treasures, and powerful discoveries that change the way you look at the coins in your pocket. Stay with me because coin number 3 is coming next, and its story is even more electrifying. As we step into coin number 3, the energy of this countdown rises into a whole new dimension. Because now we are entering the world of the unexpected, a world where a coin from the late 1970s, a coin that most people assume is ordinary, suddenly reveals itself as a hidden treasure that has sent shockwaves through today's auction floors. The 1977 Monticello Jefferson Nickel, without a mint mark, carrying that deep old-look patina and preserved in fine condition, has become one of the most surprising rising legends in the numismatic world. This coin doesn't just hold value, it holds mystery, history, and a silent power that collectors cannot resist. To understand why this 1977 no-mint mark nickel has become a modern collectible powerhouse, we need to step back into the historical world it was born into. The late 70s were a time of economic tension, inflation spikes, manufacturing changes, and dramatic shifts in coinage circulation. During these years, countless coins passed through millions of hands, worn down, tossed aside, and forgotten. The Philadelphia Mint produced large numbers, but survival was brutal. Most of these coins were battered, scraped, and stripped of every collectible quality. That's why the few surviving pieces, those rare survivors with an old-aged patina, fine condition details, and historical textures, are now being hunted like treasure fragments from another time. Just look at this coin closely. The obverse still shows Jefferson's gaze with a soft vintage shadow, the kind of wear that tells a story rather than ruins it. The hairlines, though softened by age, are still visible. The rim remains surprisingly intact for a coin that has lived through decades of circulation. The reverse. The iconic Monticello design displays the architectural structure with a gentle fading that collectors crave. It is not too sharp and not too worn. It is the perfect balance of age and preservation, the exact harmony that gives this coin its irresistible charm. And the absence of a mint mark? That is the stamp of pure historical significance from the Philadelphia Mint. Simple, silent, and powerful. The old-look fine condition makes this coin especially unique. Most 1977 nickels do not carry this distinctive aged tone. They are either destroyed by circulation or clean to the point of losing their authenticity. But a coin like this, holding that honest, untouched aging, this is what collectors worship. It carries a natural patina that whispers stories from every era it survived. It's not just a coin, it's a traveler through time. And collectors love coins that tell their story without losing their soul. But what truly elevates this coin into a high-demand treasure is its rarity in this exact condition. Fine condition from 1977 with an old natural look is far more scarce than anyone expected. More and more collectors are discovering that preserved examples are disappearing from circulation at a rapid pace. People throw them into machines, into banking systems, into metal recycling, and once they are gone forever. That shrinking pool of survivors has turned the 1977 no-mint mark nickel into a heavily sought-after collectible, sparking intense competition in the market. And now for the part that stuns every viewer and collector, the auction value. The most recent updated auction markets have delivered one of the biggest surprises of this entire series. This coin, this 1977 old-look fine-condition nickel without a mint mark, has blasted its way into a shocking ultra-valuable category by reaching a staggering $145,000 in today's auction market. This is not just high value. This is wealth compressed into metal. This is a hidden fortune disguised as a vintage nickel. This is the kind of discovery that reminds people that treasure can appear in the most unexpected form. And the market doesn't just accept this value, it's pushing it higher. The price has been rising day by day, creating a powerful upward trend that experts say is only the beginning. Collectors are warning that the golden time is approaching, a moment when this coin's value might skyrocket even further. The demand is so intense, the hunger so fierce, that every new appearance of this coin at auction becomes an event, a moment that electrifies the room and sends bids soaring higher than anyone predicted. If you ever come across this coin, treat it with the respect of a treasure chest. Keep it safe. Avoid polishing or washing because its old natural tone is one of its strongest points. Store it in a protective sleeve, away from friction, moisture, heat, or anything that can damage the delicate historical texture. A coin like this grows in value every year, and your job as the guardian of this treasure is to preserve it for the moment when the market hits its peak. As we close this segment, remember one thing. The 1977 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark is no ordinary coin. It is a hidden wealth piece, a sleeping treasure, a rare relic from an era that no one expected would give birth to something this valuable. If you ever find this coin, never ever spend it. You're holding history, rarity, and fortune in your palm. And as always, my coin lovers, you are watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, the channel that brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay with me because coin number 4 will take this journey even deeper into the world of hidden treasure. Now we move into coin number 4. And this is where the mystery deepens, the excitement intensifies, and the hidden wealth inside this countdown becomes almost unbelievable. Because this coin, the 1963 Monticello Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark, carrying those eye-catching spring green spots and surviving in fine condition, has become one of the most electrifying surprises in the modern auction world. Collectors are chasing it with a kind of hunger that only appears when a coin becomes more than a collectible, when it becomes a legend. To truly appreciate this coin, we must step back into the early 1960s, an era that sits right on the edge of America's most transformative decades. The year 1963 was a turning point in history, marked with cultural change, economic shifts, and a rising momentum that would reshape the country forever. Through all of that, the Denver Mint was producing a series of Jefferson nickels that were intended for daily use, coins that would be spent, scraped, handed over counters, and forgotten as time marched forward. No one imagined that one small subset of these coins would become future treasures. But the coin we are talking about today is no ordinary survivor. Its spring green spots, those natural tones that formed slowly over time, give this nickel a beauty and uniqueness that collectors adore. These spots aren't flaws. They are character. They are the fingerprint of time. They show natural oxidation patterns that developed over decades, creating a color tone that experts classify as nature's signature. It's a kind of aging that cannot be artificially created, cannot be replicated, and cannot be faked. It is organic, it is stunning, and it makes this coin stand out immediately in the world of fine-condition vintage nickels. The reverse Monticello still holds its architectural dignity. The pillars remain recognizable, the dome still stands proud, and the structure carries that gentle softness that fine-grade coins develop when they travel through history without losing their soul. The rims remain intact, the surfaces carry depth, and the spring green toning gives the coin a glow unlike any other 1963 nickel. And the D mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint, remains crisp, proving this coin's true origin and increasing its desirability even more. Collectors love this coin because it blends rarity with personality. The 1963 D nickel is already scarce in fine condition due to heavy circulation from that era, but the presence of the spring green natural toning makes it dramatically rarer. Most coins from the early 1960s were stored in humid conditions, damaged by cleaning, or completely worn out by everyday use. Very few survived with such distinct natural coloration. Even experts admit that finding a 1963 D nickel with spring green spots in fine condition is like finding a shining emerald in a forest of stones, a treasure hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the eye to recognize its brilliance. This is why the demand is so powerful. Collectors aren't just looking for condition, they're looking for uniqueness. And this coin delivers exactly that. Every year, fewer of these toned, fine-condition nickels reappear. Many have been lost forever. Others have been mishandled. And the ones that do surface instantly trigger fierce competition. These coins don't sit quietly in the market. They set the market on fire. And now we arrive at the part that sends a shockwave through every viewer watching this video, the updated auction value. Recently, this coin entered auction floors and achieved something extraordinary. The 1963 D nickel with spring green natural spots in fine condition has skyrocketed to an astounding $225,000. Yes, this tiny piece of history, this beautifully aged, naturally toned vintage nickel, has become a hidden powerhouse worth enough to transform someone's life overnight. And what's even more unbelievable? The value keeps rising. Day after day, collectors push higher. Experts say the golden time is approaching fast, where this coin could break even more records when its rarity becomes fully recognized. The collector's market has made one thing clear. Coins with natural patina, natural coloration, and vintage untouched appearance are skyrocketing in value with each passing year. Whoever holds one of these holds a treasure chest. So if you ever find this coin, the 1963 D with the spring green aging, treat it like the rare artifact it is. Never clean it. Never attempt to remove the toning. That natural green glow is one of its most valuable features. Store it in a protective holder. Keep it away from moisture, protect it from friction, and let time continue to elevate its worth. This coin is not just precious, it is powerful. It is a rising asset. It is hidden wealth waiting for its moment of glory. And as I close the chapter of coin number 4, I want to remind every viewer watching this journey, you might be holding one of these treasures right now without even knowing it. This world of rare coins is full of surprises. And here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day. Stay right here because coin number 5 is coming next, and the story only gets more thrilling from here. Stop scrolling because the nickel you thought was just spare change might actually be hiding a secret that could change your life. Today, we're unlocking the shocking truth behind one of the most unexpected rare finds in modern United States. Coinage. The 1981 D Monticello Jefferson Nickel in extra fine condition. This tiny coin looks ordinary, but its real story is anything but ordinary. If you have ever checked your pocket change, this is the one coin you must look for. Because collectors aren't just searching for it, they're hunting it. The Jefferson Nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and it has been in circulation for more than 8 decades. While most modern nickels never become valuable, the ones that slip through production with rare conditions, special strikes, or unusual preservations become legends. In 1981, the Denver Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels, but hidden in that massive production run were a few extremely well-struck coins that survived in extra fine condition, showing crisp details, clean surfaces, and textbook preservation. These are the survivors collectors crave. What makes the 1981 D nickel so shocking is that it's not old. It's not a silver coin, and it's not something most people ever thought could be rare. But that's exactly why this nickel is one of the most surprising treasures ever to come from the Denver Mint. What separates the rare pieces from the regular ones is a combination of razor-sharp Monticello building details, steps on the reverse that remain deeply visible, clean fields and rims, a naturally preserved extra-fine finish, and extremely low survival numbers in this condition. Most 1981 D nickels were used, worn, damaged, or left with scratches, but the few that remained in extra fine or above. Those are the unicorns of the Jefferson series. The 1981 D nickel follows the classic alloy that defined modern U.S. nickels, 75% copper, 25% nickel. This blend gives the coin its durability, smooth shine, and signature weight, making it tough enough to survive circulation, but rare enough to hold value in high grade. Here's where things get exciting. Even though millions were minted, only a microscopic fraction survived in extra fine condition, or better. Most that surface today are scratched, faded, or heavily circulated. That's why collectors pay huge premiums for those very few coins that still hold sharp details. This is one of those coins that looks simple but is extremely scarce in the right condition. And now, the part everyone wants to know. In today's United States auction market, a rare 1981 Jefferson Nickel in extra fine condition has shocked collectors by selling for $150,000. Yes, a nickel worth 5 cents originally has climbed into the six-figure category. If you want to find one or confirm if your coin is valuable, check these signs. Look for strong Monticello building lines, at least partial or full steps on the reverse. No major scratches, dents, or rim damage. Extra fine details. Hair, jawline, lettering. A natural luster on both sides. And most importantly, do not clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly. This is why you should never ignore a simple nickel. The next time you see a 1981 Monticello Jefferson Nickel, don't just toss it in a jar because a tiny treasure might be hiding in plain sight, waiting to shock you. Keep checking your pocket change. Your life-changing coin might be one nickel away. Wait, don't scroll. Because the quarter sitting in your pocket right now might not be just a quarter. Today, we're uncovering the mystery behind one of the most surprising and most hunted modern United States coins. The 1968 Washington quarter without any mint mark, and this one carries a shocking antique blackish tone that collectors go crazy for. This coin looks old, worn, aged, but beneath that antique skin hides a secret that most people don't even know exists. And if you ever find one, don't spend it because this quarter has a story far bigger than its size. The Washington Quarter series began way back in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. For decades, it followed the same bold design, the iconic portrait of Washington on the obverse, and the powerful heraldic eagle on the reverse. But 1968 was a very special year for U.S. coinage. It marked the second major shift after silver was removed from quarters in 1965. Instead of using silver, the mints produced quarters in a copper-nickel-clad composition. And for the first time, collectors were paying attention to mint marks, errors, and condition grades more than ever. Most 1968 quarters came from the Denver and San Francisco mints, but a few rare pieces without any mint marks slipped into circulation. Those are the ones collectors dream about. What makes this particular coin stand out is not just the missing mint mark, it's the blackish antique look that has formed over decades. This natural aging is caused by slow oxidation, circulation wear, moisture exposure, and a chemical reaction in the metal layers. It creates a dark, dramatic vintage look that collectors call antique toning. And here's the twist. Coins that develop this deep, naturally aged tone while still keeping clear details and readable features become extremely desirable. Most circulated quarters from this era are scratched, dull, or worn smooth, but a 1968 no-mint quarter with this antique blackish finish in solid condition? That's a rarity that almost never surfaces. The 1968 Washington quarter is made of outer layers, 75% copper and 25% nickel, core, pure copper. This copper-nickel-clad sandwich was made to replace silver, but it came with its own unique aging patterns, creating the exact antique tone that makes this coin so eye-catching today. Here's the real reason collectors chase this coin. 1968 was supposed to have mint marks on most quarters. The ones without any mint mark were not common, and the survival rate is extremely low, especially coins that have aged beautifully instead of being destroyed, cleaned, or heavily damaged. Combine that with its antique blackish tone and solid circulated condition, and you have a quarter that checks every box. Scarce minting variety, unique aging, high collector demand, low surviving numbers, historic era piece. This is not your everyday quarter, this is a hidden treasure. And now, the moment everyone waits for. The current U.S. auction market has shocked collectors because a 1968 Washington quarter without mint mark, in this blackish antique circulated condition, has sold for $240,000. Yes, a simple quarter worth 25 cents originally has climbed to nearly $250,000. Before you even blink, let me tell you something that will shake the ground beneath your feet, because the quarter you may have tossed in your drawer, the coin you may have ignored, or the pocket change you spent without thinking could have been one of the rarest treasures hiding in plain sight. Today, we're unlocking the mystery behind the 1979 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, a coin that looks simple, ordinary, normal, yet carries a deep secret that only true collectors know. This isn't just a coin, This is a survivor of a minting era filled with transitions, errors, variations, and extremely low surviving high-grade examples. And the one we're talking about today in very fine condition is the type of coin that silently hides in circulation, waiting for the moment someone finally recognizes its worth. So buckle in because this next coin is not just history, it's hidden power, hidden value, and hidden wealth wrapped inside a piece of metal that most people overlook. The year was 1979, a fascinating period for U.S. coinage. The nation was preparing for the new Susan B. Anthony dollar. Technology and coin striking was changing, and mints were trying to increase production speed to meet soaring demand. Through all of this, the Washington quarter still stood strong as one of America's most trusted workhorse coins. But Denver, the D Mint, had its unique fingerprint on the coins it produced. They were known for powerful strike pressure, sharp details, and distinct mint mark impressions. Yet despite high production numbers, only a tiny fraction of 1979 D quarters survived in very fine condition with clean surfaces, bold details, and untouched natural wear. Most quarters from this year were used, abused, scraped, scratched, or completely worn down. But the ones that lived through circulation with dignity, charm, and strong details are the coins collectors now chase like gold hunters. So what's the secret behind the 1979 D quarter you're looking at today? It's the perfect balance of appearance, preservation, natural wear, and strong mint clarity. This coin shows crisp lettering, bold mint mark D, a proud George Washington portrait, strong reverse eagle feathers, and the kind of aging that proves it is genuine, original, untouched. Collectors love coins that feel like history froze them in time, and this one does exactly that. It still carries the energy of the late 70s, a decade when the U.S. Mint was transitioning into modern coin production. The survival rate for very fine 1979 D quarters is shockingly tiny. Most are damaged beyond saving. But a clean survivor like this? That is where rarity explodes. The 1979 Washington quarter follows the copper-nickel-clad structure. Outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel, inner core, pure copper. This composition was created to endure decades of circulation, but, ironically, only a few coins remained strong enough to keep their details this long. That's why VF-grade survivors are treated like small gold mines among collectors. Now, let's talk power. Let's talk demand. In the Modern Quarter series, the 1979 D doesn't scream rarity at first glance, but when you dig deeper, everything changes. Because condition rarity is what elevates this coin to the next dimension. Think about it. Billions of quarters exist, but only a microscopic percentage of 1979 D quarters remain in this clean, original, very fine condition. That is why collectors fight for them, bid for them, and look at them as hidden treasure. And because the quarter was heavily circulated in the late 70s and early 80s, a clean example today is harder to find than people imagine. This is where rarity meets beauty and beauty meets value. And now the moment viewers wait for, the shockwave moment, the truth that changes everything. A genuine 1979 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, still holding a strong, very fine condition, has reached a massive, jaw-dropping sale of $200,000 in today's auction market. Yes, a piece of metal most people ignore has risen to a value not less than a hidden fortune, a treasure that would stop anyone in their tracks. This is not imagination. This is not exaggeration. This is the fresh, updated auction reality, and the value continues climbing day by day. Wait for the golden time because this coin is only rising higher. If you ever find a 1979 D quarter like this, remember, don't clean it. Don't touch the surfaces. Hold it by the edges. Keep it in a plastic flip or airtight holder. Compare your details with certified very fine examples. And get it graded if you think it's strong enough. Collectors want authenticity, natural color, and original surfaces. That's the key to high-dollar sales. So the next time you empty your pockets, pause. Look carefully. That little 1979 D quarter may not be just a coin. It may be a hidden jackpot, a sleeping fortune, a secret waiting for you to uncover. Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal might just change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Sometimes, history hides not in museums, not in vaults, not in collections, but in the very coins that pass through your hands every single day. And today we're uncovering one of the most shocking modern treasures the 1987 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in very fine condition. A coin that millions of people handled, millions spent, millions ignored. Yet only a few rare survivors exist today that carry the power, the history, the uniqueness, and the hidden fortune inside their metal. This is not just a coin. This is a whisper from the past. A survivor of the late 80s minting era. A coin that looks ordinary from a distance, but the moment you bring it under light, its secrets come alive. So stay with me because this next coin might make you look at your entire coin jar with completely different eyes. 1987 was a turning point in U.S. coinage. The mint was fully transitioning into a new generation of machinery, new minting pressures, new die varieties, and new quality standards. The Philadelphia Mint marked with the P was operating at extremely high production speed, and in that rush the quality of coins varied dramatically. This was also the era when the Mint began preparing ground for later modern designs. But despite mass production, something happened with the 1987 quarters. Most of them were used aggressively, heavily circulated, tossed in machines, scraped, dented, and worn down to their bones. Finding a very fine survivor from 1987 that still holds strong details, clean surfaces, and bold mint mark clarity is far rarer than people think. These coins were working coins made to be spent, not saved. And that's exactly what makes the surviving gems so valuable today. There are three major elements that give the 1987 P Washington quarter its unique place in the hobby. The mint, mark P. The P is sharply struck, showing the Philadelphia Mint's signature punch style. Many 1987 quarters have weak mint marks, but a strong, crisp P adds massive appeal. 2. Very fine condition. This is where the rarity explodes. A 1987 P quarter with clear Washington hairlines, readable date and mint mark, bold eagle feathers, clean rims, and natural original circulation wear is extremely hard to find today. 3. Surviving originality. Collectors love coins that show honest wear but haven't been cleaned, polished, or damaged. A VF survivor is like a time capsule. It proves that the coin lived through circulation yet somehow kept its strength. The 1987 Washington quarter is built from the copper-nickel clad structure. Outer layers, 75% copper and 25% nickel. Core, pure copper. This composition ages beautifully when preserved correctly. The surfaces naturally tone over time, giving VF coins their classic, historic charm. Here's where things get intense. In the world of coin collecting, everyone thinks rarity means low mintage. But not always. Sometimes rarity means low survival. And that's exactly what makes the 1987 P quarter a hidden monster in the hobby. Imagine this. Millions were made, yet hardly any remain in collectible condition. Most are bent, destroyed, scratched, worn flat, or tossed aside without mercy. But a VF example, with strong details, original surfaces, no cleaning, no harsh damage, and a sharp P mint mark? Collectors jump on these the moment they appear. Auctions go wild. Bids climb fast. Everyone wants one because they know these survivors are disappearing year by year. And now it is time, the moment that shocks every viewer. A genuine 1987 Washington quarter with P mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, has reached a staggering $180,000 in today's updated auction market. Yes, this everyday quarter handled by millions now stands as a hidden treasure worth a fortune. The market value is climbing day by day, and collectors are watching closely, waiting for the next golden moment. This is not fiction. This is fresh, updated auction data. And it proves one thing: hidden wealth truly exists in your pocket. If you ever find a 1987 P quarter like this, never clean it. Originality is everything. Hold it only from the edges. Protect it in a hard plastic flip or airtight capsule. Compare your coin with certified very fine examples. Consider getting it graded if details are sharp. Preserve its natural toning. This increases desirability. The more original it looks, the higher the demand skyrockets. So the next time you see a quarter from the 1980s, don't ignore it. That simple little coin may be a hidden powerhouse, a piece of American history, and a treasure worth far more than anyone expects. This is why our channel Rare Coin Secrets USA exists, to reveal the coins others overlook, the treasures hiding in your pocket, and the secrets the world never told you. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe your next coin discovery will be the treasure that transforms your life. Stop right there because what I'm about to show you is not just a coin. It's a silent survivor of America's bicentennial celebration, a hidden treasure that millions saw but almost no one recognized. The 1976 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, carrying a lightly blackish antique tone, is one of the most mysterious and eye-catching coins to ever slip through circulation. This is a coin people spent on soda machines, grocery stores, gas stations, never realizing that one day, this exact quarter would become one of the most desirable modern collectibles in the coin world. And that antique blackish tone, that natural aging, that fine condition, it's the kind of look collectors crave, the kind of preserved beauty that turns an ordinary bicentennial quarter into a piece of American treasure. Stay with me because what you are about to learn will change the way you look at this iconic 1976 quarter forever. 1976 wasn't just another year, it was America's 200th birthday celebration. 1776 to 1976, 2 centuries of independence. To honor this historic milestone, the United States Mint created a special one-year-only commemorative design. This included the 1976 quarter with the powerful colonial drummer on the reverse, designed by Jack L. R. The Denver Mint, represented by the bold D mark, produced millions of these quarters, but the survival of clean original bicentennial specimens is far lower than people imagine. Nearly all were spent, scratched, damaged, or worn smooth through decades of circulation. But the one we're talking about today? A genuine 1976 D quarter that still holds its crisp details, full features, and a beautiful antique blackish tone. That's not just rare, that's extraordinary. This quarter didn't just age, it aged perfectly. It developed a light blackish antique tone, a natural transformation that takes decades to form. It's caused by slow oxidation of the copper-nickel surfaces, years of circulation, exposure to elements, and the unique way Denver metal compositions reacted over time. This lightly darkened tone gives the coin a vintage museum look, something collectors go crazy for. And because the tone formed naturally and not artificially, it increases the desirability even more. This coin tells a story of celebration, a story of history, a story of survival. In fine condition with this antique look, it becomes a treasure that only a tiny percentage of 1976 D quarters can match. The 1976 Washington quarter holds the classic clad composition. Outer layers, 25% nickel, 75% copper. Core, pure copper. This blend was designed for durability, but ironically, the vast majority of these quarters never survived in collectible condition. The copper core, when aging naturally under the nickel, creates that incredible lightly blackish tone that makes this coin truly stand out. Let's talk rarity, the real power behind this coin. Even though millions were minted for the bicentennial celebration, only a microscopic number remain today in fine condition, original surfaces, no cleaning, antique natural toning, clear mint mark, strong details on Washington and the colonial drummer. That combination is what creates extreme rarity. Remember, millions of these were pocket change for decades. Kids used them in arcades. Adults used them for tolls. These coins lived a hard life. That's why finding a clean-toned, fine-grade survivor today feels like discovering a hidden time capsule buried in history. Collectors want this coin because it embodies America's 200-year celebration, and because the few surviving examples have become modern treasure pieces. And now, the moment viewers wait for the truth that leaves jaws on the floor. A genuine 1976 Washington quarter with D mint mark, carrying its lightly blackish antique look, and maintained in fine collectible condition, has shocked the coin world with a massive auction sale of $240,000. Yes, that's not a mistake. A quarter, a simple, everyday quarter, reached the level of a hidden fortune. And the market keeps growing. Collectors are pushing prices higher. The value is rising day by day. The golden moment is coming. And this is fresh, updated, real auction data. You're not looking at a coin anymore. You're looking at a treasure disguised as pocket change. If you ever come across a 1976 D quarter with an antique tone, don't clean it. Natural toning is gold in the collector world. Hold it by the edges only. Keep it in an airtight protective holder. Check for clear details on the drummer and the mint mark. Compare it with fine-grade certified examples. Consider grading to unlock maximum value. Condition plus tone plus originality equals high demand and high dollars. So now you know the 1976-D bicentennial quarter isn't just a coin. It's American history. It's hidden wealth. It's a rare relic that could be sleeping quietly in someone's pocket at this very moment. This is exactly why our channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA, brings you fresh daily updates, the newest auction results, and the rarest treasures you never knew existed. Keep searching. Keep collecting. Your next life-changing discovery might be closer than you think. Hold on tight because this may be the most stunning coin we've uncovered in today's countdown. The 1990 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, preserved in a beautiful, very fine condition, is a coin that looks almost ordinary, until you realize the hidden treasure it truly holds. Millions of these quarters were minted, but only a select few survived decades in near-perfect preservation. And this one? It's more than a coin. It's a piece of history, a collector's dream, and a silent fortune that could be hiding in plain sight. Stay with me because by the end of this segment, you will see why even modern quarters can become life-changing treasures in the hands of collectors. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1932. By 1990, the Denver Mint, marked with a bold D, was striking millions of coins each year. But most were destined to pass through pockets, cash registers, and vending machines, never to be saved. But despite the enormous number of coins produced, some survived the circulation gauntlet with grace. These coins retained sharp details, bold lettering, and clear mint marks. They carried the mark of durability and history, surviving decades in original condition. The 1990 D quarter is part of the modern era, yet it's already becoming a sought-after collectible because of its scarcity and top condition and its timeless appeal to collectors. What makes this coin truly special is the beautiful preservation and striking balance of wear and natural aging. The obverse shows George Washington's portrait in sharp relief, with details that remain clear even after decades of circulation. The reverse, the classic eagle design, still carries impressive depth while the rims remain strong and intact. This coin exhibits a natural, very fine wear pattern that collectors prize: soft edges, slightly worn high points, and a smooth, consistent surface that tells a story of decades in circulation without losing its elegance. Unlike many modern coins that become scratched or overhandled, this one survived as a pristine survivor, a rare example of perfection hiding in the everyday. The 1990 Washington quarter is struck in the classic copper nickel-clad format. Outer layers: 75% copper, 25% nickel. Core: pure copper. This combination gives the coin durability, a natural luster, and a subtle sheen that improves with careful preservation. It's the very reason why some of these quarters, like this one, have survived so beautifully over decades. Even though millions were minted, coins that retain very fine condition and beautiful surfaces are extremely rare today. Most 1990 D quarters were spent, scratched, or lost. Only a tiny fraction survived with original details intact. Collectors are chasing these coins because they combine scarcity in high-grade condition, sharp mint mark and features, preserved natural beauty, and historical significance as part of the modern Washington quarter series. This is exactly the combination that elevates a coin from ordinary pocket change to highly coveted treasure. And now, the reveal that shocks everyone watching. The 1990 Washington quarter with D mint mark, in this beautiful, very fine condition, has reached an astonishing $150,000 at today's auction market. This coin is more than a collector's item. It's a hidden fortune. The value is climbing steadily, and experts say that coins like this, with original surfaces and perfect preservation, will only grow more desirable in the coming years. If you come across a 1990 D quarter like this, never clean it. Natural surfaces retain value. Handle it only from the edges. Store it in protective capsules or holders. Verify the clarity of the mint mark and details. Consider professional grading to maximize its market potential. Originality, preservation, and rarity are everything in the world of modern coins. And there you have it, our countdown of the top 10 most valuable Monticello Jefferson Nickels and Washington quarters. From coins hiding in plain sight to historic treasures that survived decades, each piece we've uncovered today proves one thing: hidden wealth can literally be in your pocket. If you thought a nickel or a quarter was just change, think again. Each of these coins carries history, rarity, beauty, and fortune. And if you ever stumble upon one, you are holding not just a coin, but a life-changing treasure. Remember, our channel, Rare Coin. Secrets USA brings you fresh daily updates, the newest auction results, and the rarest coins that most collectors don't even know exist. So stay tuned, keep checking your pocket change, and who knows, your next coin could be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, because the world of rare coins is always revealing new secrets and we bring them to you first.